Everybody, Christopher Green, AMTV, Alternative Media Television. We have a breaking bombshell report today. War is completely on the brink in the Middle East. We were talking about an all-out engagement that affects Iran, more importantly, the entire Middle East, but most importantly affects one of America's biggest and greatest allies, Israel. Now, we've had a series of reports come in the last 24 hours, according to Iran, and this is in the midst of all these ships being seized, drones, basically the Strait of Hormuz right now is being shut down. This is something that I've been reporting on, Chad Booksam here at AMTV has been reporting on. So that entire strait, which accounts for like 2/3 of traffic, oil supplies, affects oil prices around the world, is literally a war zone today. On top of that, Iran, according to Iran, they've arrested 17 CIA spies just recently, sentencing them to death. This is a developing story. They published videos and photos. They say that most of these handlers are out in and around Dubai. Okay, these Americans that are helping and encouraging other Iranians to defect with the promise that they can come to America, which I don't see how hard it is. I mean, it's not like we have borders. Can't you just come on in and do whatever you want? I'm going to get to that in a moment. Trump, meanwhile, says it's fake. Says it's fake news, none of this happened, and that Iran is lying, which is interesting because if Iranian state media lies, then why is it that anyone trusts our state media here in the United States? I mean, couldn't they just be bold-faced lying on a continuous basis, which I would argue is exactly what they're doing. But that's actually not the story today. Please take a moment, like, share this video, get it out to your friends and family. They don't want you to hear the truth. The story is the United States of America is staging and readying for war against Iran. And we are literally, this is my humble opinion, on the brink of World War III. To think that we're not there yet is absolutely not looking at the warning signs that we're seeing all over the world. And this is a huge development. The United States is now sending troops and redeveloping a major Saudi Arabian base that we used, get this, during all other major conflicts in the Middle East, whether or not this was Iraq, whether or not this was Afghanistan, whether or not this was the Persian Gulf War. And as Wolf Blitzer, with his little famous little cutesy little beard, I call him the Wolfsy, used to say it that he's visited a couple of years ago, said it's a slice of America, right, where there's swimming pool. These are all the troops are based. There's like a KFC and a McDonald's there. And what's interesting about this is it's been vacant. In recent years, until recent months, Trump has been sending troops, and now, along with the Saudis, another major ally of the United States, which would be more than happy to see the USA attack Iran and start a total global conflict, as they've been fighting a proxy war for a very long time now, is now giving us indication that the USA is staging troops at this key Saudi military base that it used during all of our previous Middle East wars. U.S. military is following many of these exact same patterns that we witnessed during our previous wars in the Middle East, and that even includes setting up shop at a key military base deep in the heart of the Arabian Peninsula. After the U.S. invasion of Iraq in 2003, the U.S. military abandoned Prince Sultan Air Base in Saudi Arabia, but now they are back. Okay, this has cost over $1 billion. Hundreds of U.S. troops are already there working hard to get the base operational. Now, keep in mind, we just had a British ship seized by Iran and their Revolutionary Guard. So, look, we've talked about this ad nauseum. It's just a matter of time. But the sheer fact that Trump is moving hundreds and now thousands of troops and they're reoccupying this air base in Saudi Arabia only proves this point. But here's what people are missing about not when, or not if, but when this war takes off with Iran. This is what Americans here in the United States are underestimating, I think at least. Do you know that there's like 150,000 rockets that Hezbollah has at its disposal on the border of Israel right now? Do you realize that these terror organizations have the potentiality to shoot thousands of rockets over in and around the Golan Heights, all parts of Israel, a territory which is like the size of New Jersey, and completely rain hellfire missiles on the civilian population? Now, again, Saudi Arabia is going to back this. They've been in a proxy war with Iran for a very long time. The United States, our top generals have signaled they don't even understand, people like Wesley Clark, why we're going to go to war with Iran. We just know it's the final target and expect war with Iran. Israel also is ready and eager to fight a war with Iran. In fact, one of the Israeli top officials made some comment on Twitter, I forget his name, the other day, talking about how they're happy that they're the ones actually taking out Iran right now, and that there's been all these casualties that they're responsible for. So you have all these countries gearing up for war. You have thousands and thousands of troops being moved to this base, literally in recent days. Hundreds of U.S. troops are already there working hard to get the base operational. Tremendous amount of new construction is planned. The base covers well over 100 square miles, and so it's literally like its own American city. Has enough room to serve as a central hub for a new Middle East war. Tensions with Iran have escalated dramatically over the past few weeks, but apparently somebody anticipated that the U.S. would need to use this base even before then, according to reports. So it's not just the news that we're getting now. The USA has been gearing up for this, along with Israel and Saudi Arabia, which is encouraging this for months now. Okay, so here's also what I think people are missing. You know, Hezbollah, because they've been fighting a war in Syria, are a lot more armed and trained for battle than they ever have been. And on top of that, not only have they threatened to fire the first shot over into Israel, thousands and thousands of rockets affecting Israeli civilians unlike anything we've ever seen, a horror that we haven't seen, almost like a film, since World War II. But they are also ready and operational here in the continental United States. I think something that people underestimate. There are sleeper cells everywhere, literally, because they've been coming in through our borders, which there's no security. And of course, many people, Democrats, have been encouraging, bring all of them in. So the terrorists just easily come into the United States of America. They're ready and operational and ready to strike at a moment's notice. This is what a sleeper cell is. And they could potentially, God forbid, hit soft targets all across the United States of America because we don't have sound border policy, something Donald Trump has been pushing for. So the point of this video is we're talking the mother of all wars, the mother of all engagements, and the proof is in the pudding. I talk about this all the time. Look, you want to be moving warships to the Middle East for no reason. You want to be sending thousands of troops operationally and reoccupying this billion-dollar Saudi Arabian base, which is going to be used as a central hub for a war against Iran for no reason. You want to be doing any of that. There's a reason for all of this. So there's a reason why we see increased hostilities in the news, with Iran suggesting that they've put the death sentence on dozens of American spies and spies within their country, with promises to come in and to be granted U.S. citizenship and these kinds of things. And it is all beating the drum of war. So pretty incredible. I mean, we haven't seen anything like this, honestly, since the last war that we never got out of in the Middle East. And isn't it interesting, this perpetuity of endless, timeless, infinite war, which it just seems like the military-industrial complex just continually needs ad infinitum, that without it, they can't profit in the trillions and trillions of dollars. They're black gold, right? The oil money that has protected the petrodollar for some time, but it's now going away because we talk about this all the time. Whether or not it's gold or blockchain or cryptos, it's challenging that world order. I mean, don't you guys get it yet? Don't you get it? It's the U.S. dollar that is the new world order. It's not gold. We went off the gold standard years ago. It's not blockchain. Okay, blockchain and gold challenge the establishment system. So it should be pretty obvious. Please get this video out everywhere. This is a warning to the American people. You have no idea. If you understood the true hell that these sleeper cells, whether or not it's Hezbollah, Hamas, or various other terrorist organizations could unleash in the United States of America, and thousands of soft targets on innocent civilians here in the United States, God forbid, not to mention Israel, we would have hundreds of thousands of people protesting in the streets in Washington, D.C. But the point is, most Americans are absolutely ignorant. And they also don't think that these things will ever happen again. They're wearing rose-colored glasses. See, they've had it too easy. They've never had to fight a war like our forefathers, whether or not it was the Revolutionary War, the Declaration of Independence, 1776, it was World War I, II, Vietnam, the Korean War, or these numerous other conflicts in the Middle East that never, ever end. America has gotten so weak It is absolutely unbelievable. And we are on the brink of not just a world war, but imminent danger here in the United States of America and abroad. I'm Christopher Green. Get this video out everywhere. Please like it, share it, get it out to your friends and family. God bless. Jesus Christ is King. Hey guys, Christopher Green. Click the link below right now. Get our free AMTV Gold Kit. It is a free downloadable PDF. It'll tell you and teach you how to prepare for what we know is coming. I mean, imagine if you had just been buying a little bit of silver. Okay, I mean, it doesn't cost a lot of money to buy a couple $100s a month and diversify your income, more importantly, your family's assets into something tangible that can withstand the test of time. Look, the US dollar is crumbling. If you take a look at a chart, it's going from left to right straight to zero. And so one of the few safe havens in the world is gold and silver. And there's honestly no excuse. Number one, there's no excuse not to get educated. Get the free kit. I go over pricing information, what to look for, what type of bullion to consider, what type of coinage that I particularly like. I go over the differences between sovereign mints and private mints and all these kinds of things absolutely free. We also have some great partners over at Birch Gold. They'll help you through anything you need. These are awesome consultants, and the best part is it's free of charge. So look, no excuses, guys. Get the kit today. At the very least, consider silver. Okay, that's an easy entry point for a lot of us to get in, to get started. Even if you've never started seriously considering gold or silver, you think gold's too expensive, well then look at silver, because I think we're poised for a major breakout. Did you know that most Americans regret their lives and the decisions that they made? I just tweeted this on my Twitter at amtvmedia.com. And most of their biggest regrets are not preparing ahead of time. Like not preparing before 2008-09, more importantly, not managing their family finances prudently, not saving for a rainy day, and not preparing for the worst, but hoping for the best. I'm just telling you guys, honestly, even Elizabeth Warren, who's insane and a socialist, is telling you that an economic collapse is on the horizon. Now, her policies are absolutely nuts. She says she's going to raise the minimum wage and that they're going to just get rid of the debt, like as if we live in a Willy Wonka fake society where you just get rid of those things. I mean, look, if they raise the minimum wage, they'll do what Amazon did and they'll just fire all their employees for further cost savings. Like, that's not going to solve the problem. Nor is it going to solve the problem by just exterminating the debt. Okay, what solves the problem is an economic recession and depression, free market forces at work, and then smart money moving into tangibles like gold, silver. I also talk about blockchain quite a bit on this channel as well. I mean, look, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Click the link below right now. Get the guide. Get the guide. It's going away. Honestly, I'm going to stop giving this away for free because I feel like we've done too much and it's absolutely free. We're not charging anything, so we're probably just going to charge something in the future because this is a 24-page guide where you get basically everything that you need to know. And you can get it now, today, free of charge, limited time. Download it. Please prepare. God bless. I'm Christopher Green, and I'll talk to all of you soon.